I don't want to sound crazy, but I can't be the only one going through this right now. I've come to the realization that I'm a serial overthinker. It doesn't matter how big or small something is, I'm going to go out of my way to make it hard on myself as possible. If you share this character flaw, please listen to what I have to say because I'm going to dedicate my life to figuring out how to settle my mind, be at ease, not beat myself up when I fall short or for my imperfections. Upon doing so, failure is not an option. If this is your first time tuning in, I read the Science of Getting Rich daily, and that's going to be the foundation of my teachings. Why? Because if you do everything the book says do, you cannot fail. According to the Science of Getting Rich, written in 1910, it says even stupid people can get rich. So, as an experiment, I've decided to tell the universe that I'm as dumb as a box of rocks. If the formless substance that brings things to fruition creates all things and constantly advances life is real, I'm willing to do everything this book says, and you, as the viewer, will indeed watch it work in real time, and I will become a very rich man. The book cannot fail until someone does all that it says do. And on this documented day of January 4th, 2026, the book has not failed. This leads me to the question, how do we unlock our minds to get rich if thoughts are constantly racing through our minds that don't even matter? You begin to feel like all the fight within you is going towards breaking free of your mind. Your brain and thoughts start to feel like a prison. You forget all about getting rich because you can't focus long enough to do so. I don't know how it feels for you, but to me, it's like I'm trapped in this dark mental loop. And at this point, all you really want is peace from these thoughts that continue to race through your mind. And you just want to take the garbage out and dump it. These thoughts about yourself are all lies. They lead to depression, quitting, insecurity, being down and out. And ain't nothing cool about lying to ourselves. So we need to just check all those things off the list. That's not a money frequency. And as nice as money sounds right now, the real question remains, how do we escape this mental loop that we're stuck in once we make the decision to be rich? Most people are stuck in this transitional space because of what's happening inside of their heads. The racing thoughts, the constant worry, the voice that won't shut up and stop telling them that they're not enough, they're beating themselves up, and giving them false narratives about their future. That's the real prison. It's not your bank account, job, or your situation. It's your own mind that's driving you crazy. And until you deal with that, nothing else changes. You can get the money and still feel broke. You can get the success and still feel empty. You can get everything you thought you wanted and still feel like something's missing inside of you. Because the problem was never external, it was always internal. And most people spend their entire lives trying to fix the outside without addressing what's going on inside. If your thoughts are racing right now, if your mind won't stop, if you feel like you're constantly on the edge, this video is for you. And is for me as well because I deal with the same things. I'm teaching this as much for myself as I am teaching it for you. So basically, let's figure this out together. Here's what most people don't understand about the mind. Your mind is supposed to be a tool, something you use, not something that uses you. But for most people, it's the opposite. Their mind runs them. It tells them what to think, it tells them what to fear, it tells them uh, to stay up at night replaying old conversations and analyzing things that no longer matter. You're locked into being better and doing better, but eventually you run out of fight and you just accept your loss. You start to think and convince yourself that this is normal. That's just how I am. I'm an overthinker. I'm anxious, but that's not who you are. This is a pattern you've been running for so long that you think that it's become your identity and it's not. Your nervous system has been overstimulated by dopamine hits for so long that you're having withdrawals. You're no longer functioning off of instant gratification. Your brain is wigging out because it no longer has old distractions occupying new space. It doesn't feel safe without drama, alcohol, sex, or substances you used to use to cope. But here's the thing about patterns, they can be broken. But first, you got to understand where these patterns come from. Most of your mental suffering comes from one place: unprocessed stress. Every time something stressful happens and you don't deal with it, it gets stored in your nervous system. It sits there waiting. And over time, those unprocessed moments start to stack up. Every argument you didn't resolve, every fear you ignored, every emotion you internalized because you didn't have time to deal with it, it all gets stored. And now your nervous system is basically overloaded, just like a computer with too many tabs open. It's running slow, it's glitching, and it can crash at any minute. This is why your thoughts are racing inside of your head the way they are. Your system is trying to process years of accumulated stress all at the same time, and it can't. So it just keeps running, looping, repeating, never settling. Mental warfare begins because you want to break free from the old you and life as you knew it. And there's no peace during this process. You wake up stressed before you even open your eyes in the morning, and your mind is already going. What you got to do today, what you didn't do yesterday, what might go wrong tomorrow. And you can't seem to stop these thoughts from racing through your head. You try to focus, but your mind keeps drifting. You try to relax, but you can't. Exhausted, but still can't sleep. Even when you're sitting still, your body still feels tense. Now, your chest is starting to feel tight. Your breathing starts to feel shallow. Your jaw is clenched up without even realizing it. That's fight or flight, people. Your nervous system literally thinks that you're in danger. Not physically, but mental danger. And it's keeping you on high alert 24/7, ready to react, ready to defend, ready to run. But in actuality, in reality, there's nothing to run from. So the energy just stays trapped inside of your body, and it manifests as anxiety, racing thoughts, and a feeling that something's always wrong, even though technically your life is great. It's exhausting. I don't wish this on anyone because every day is basically a fight for your sanity. And most people live years like this without ever even realizing, like, this is not normal. Here's what happens when you're stuck in this state: you can't think clearly. You make decisions from fear instead of clarity. You react instead of responding. You avoid situations because your nervous system can't handle any more stimulation. And over time, your world just gets smaller and smaller. You stop taking risks, stop putting yourself out there. You stop going after the things you want in life. Not because you don't want these things anymore, but because your system is too overloaded to handle anything else due to stress of pursuing it. So you stay safe, you stay comfortable, you start sleeping more, but as a result, you stay stuck. And you tell yourself it's fine, but the thing is this: it's not fine, nor is it okay, because you deserve more. You deserve peace. You deserve riches. You know you're capable of so much more. You know there's a version of you that's not constantly anxious like this. And according to the Bible, it says, be anxious for nothing. You need to learn to stand on that. We need to learn to stand on that. You are brave and courageous for fighting for that version of you that can think clearly, a version that moves with confidence instead of fear. I know how bad you want to change because I want to change too. But you can't access that version because your mind is not allowing you to do it. But enough small talk. We need to talk about how to actually release ourselves from this loop. First, you got to recognize what's happening. You got to see that the prison is only as real as you make it. Racing thoughts aren't just how you are, they're just a symptom. They do not define you. They don't define you. See it for exactly what it is. It's just a symptom of an overloaded nervous system that's running in survival mode for too long. And once you see that, once you stop blaming yourself and start understanding what's actually going on with your system, that's when you can start to fix it. Second, you got to stop adding more stress to an already stressed system. Most people are trying to heal while still doing things that hurt them. They're scrolling social media when they're already anxious. They're staying in toxic relationships when they're already drained. They're overworking when they know they're already burnt out. So I'm telling you, stop. You can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. You got to start removing the things that are feeding the motion of your mind. Kill any and all old thoughts. Talk to them. Tell them they're not real. They have no power. Let them bang on the door, but that don't mean you got to answer it. Just practice being still. Replace self-doubt with self-love. I know I'm not perfect, but guess what? I still love and think highly of myself because at least I got the heart to go to war for the best, richest version of myself. Cut all distractions. Cut off self-inflicted drama. Stop putting extra pressure on yourself and your future. Just get in the habit of operating from today and now. Cut off the people who drain you. If no news is good news, cut it. Social media feed isn't productive or positive, cut it. If I'm giving you constant good information and advice, but you ain't got anything to uplift me or help me grow in return, cut it. You have to be completely tired of old things, old stories, people, places, and things. The past is gone and tomorrow never comes. Bet on you winning from this day forward. Cut out all that doubt. What if things do work in your favor? Then you need to believe everything is working in your favor with minimum effort from you. The key is peace, purpose, happiness, good health, and wealth for yourself and those around you. Building and leaving a strong legacy behind for those you love. That's what it's all about. This is the only way to be of value and an inspiration to those around you. You have to show them as well as yourself that these things are possible. God has no choice but to help you and be with you because this is what he created you to be. Do and believe these things. Stay vigilant long enough to give your system space to rest and reset. It'll catch up eventually. Third, you got to start teaching your nervous system that is safe. And you do that through small, consistent practices, deep breathing, stillness, and silence. I know that sounds simple, but your nervous system doesn't respond to complex theories. It responds to signals. And when you breathe deeply, when you sit in stillness, when you create moments of silence like this, you're sending your system a signal and you're telling yourself, we're safe, we can relax. Sometimes I just lay down on the floor for a few seconds like I'm free falling just to let everything go. Over time, your system starts to believe it. It releases these things. The racing thoughts start to slow down, the tension eases, the mental noise quiets, not overnight, but gradually. And that's the beginning of freedom. Some of you will be able to do these things naturally. For others, go talk to your doctor for help. My thing for you is that I know how excruciating a mind that never turns off can be. I want you to have the peace to do, be, and enjoy everything in life that you both love and are creating because you deserve it and you're worthy of it. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about this isn't about pretending like everything is fine when you know it's not. This is about addressing the root of the problem. It's about understanding that your mind is stuck in a loop because your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. And until you address that, nothing else will work. You can set all the goals you want. You can hustle all day long. You can try to grind your way out of it. But if your system is in fight or flight, you're moving from fear. And fear based actions never lead to lasting results. It leads to burnout, anxiety, and to more of the same cycle you're trying to escape. The real work isn't out in the world, taking on more responsibilities, over saturating yourself with materialistic things. It's not that. The work is on the inside of you and your body and your nervous system and the way you're processing your stress. And once you learn how to regulate that, once you learn how to bring your system back to baseline, everything else will get easier. Your thoughts will get clearer, your decisions improve, your energy will return to you, and you start moving from a place of power instead of panic. Here's what I want you to understand: you are not crazy. You're just overwhelmed by meaningless things. And the point of these meaningless things are to block you from unlocking the power of creating anything you deserve to have in your life as your life. Your system is doing exactly what it's designed to do when it's overstimulated. It's trying to protect you, but it's stuck in overdrive. And now, instead of protecting you, it's trapping you. So your job is to show it that it can relax, that it's safe to let go, that you don't need to be on high alert 24/7. And you do these things slowly, one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one stillness at a time, choosing peace over everything at all times because you deserve these good things. God Himself wants you to have these good things. It can't just be about money, it's about feeling good within yourself and about yourself. Destroy all ideas of perfection and love everything about you. What you don't got right, you're getting right. Be patient with yourself. Forgive yourself. Have grace on yourself. Mercy on all of your shortcomings. Faith to continue on. Wisdom to make better decisions. The courage to be alone with your own thoughts. Keep supportive people around you. But know when you don't got them, you still got yourself. And over time, your system will recalibrate. It learns that it doesn't have to fight all the time. And that's when you start to feel like your true self, your real self, the one who can think clearly, the one who can move with purpose, the one who's not trapped by racing thoughts. That version exists and they're worth fighting for. So don't give up. You just got to give your system permission to access these things. So let's recap one more time. This is part one of the new series, Understanding the Prison of Your Mind. Seeing that your mind isn't the enemy, but your nervous system is stuck in a pattern that's keeping you trapped. In the next video, we're going to talk about why money will not fix this. Why you can chase wealth all you want, but if your system is broken, you will never feel abundance. And we're going to talk about what real wealth actually is. Not just money, but peace. Because peace is the frequency everything else flows from. And if you don't have that, you don't have nothing. So stay with me. We're going to continue to dig deep. And by the end of this series, you're going to have a full-blown blueprint on how to free your mind. Because freeing your mind is going to allow you to attract the wealth you desire. This is what activates the science of getting rich, because an imprisoned mind is a broke mind. We're not just learning to think different, we're learning to be different. I'm no better than you are. Everything I'm teaching you, I'm learning in real time. But I truly believe if I can do it, you can do it too. So grab your own copy of the book in the description below. My library is fully available to you and will assist you on your healing journey, growth journey, and the science of getting rich while becoming the best man or woman that you can possibly be. If this message helped you in any way on any level, click the Buy Me a Coffee link below and throw me a couple bucks to support the channel so we could keep these messages coming to you and continue to help people around the world. We appreciate you giving us your time, and please click like and subscribe. That's appreciated as well. As always, We're going to end this the same way we always do, with all gas, no brakes. Lock in. Peace.